Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Hopefully you guys having a happy Friday. Looks like they were at work. They being the Federal Reserve. They were doing the short sell game over in silver. I'll read this thing. This is from Twitter. It says, feels like yet another attack on silver and to a lesser extent gold. In 20 minutes, 7,966 contracts of $5,000 an ounce silver, worth approximately $875 million, was traded. Majority selling and subsequently price pushed below $22 a day, $22 an ounce, just a day before CPI release. And I agree with that. I do think it's quite ridiculous. So going into trading economics, we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and dollar 10-year. So let's look at these. Let's see what they're doing. Again, guys, I know they're in there messing with stuff on some of it. And I don't think it's long withstanding. I do think that they do it kind of before big news releases. They try to knock stuff down, try to control a little bit so that it could come, when it comes back up, it's kind of coming back to normal. But we'll go over it. I'll let you know what I did if I did anything, which I did. And let you know what I did. Again, I'm a huge believer in precious metals. I think this is kind of the gateway out of the system, so to speak. It's very private investments, and I do hold this stuff quite seriously in my own investment portfolio. So let's dive in. This is just my financial opinion. Please don't use it as advice. So here's the dollar. Big picture view. Yeah, we're coming back up, trying to do like a retest of this breakout line here. You zoom in on it. We're just moving sideways. We're down a little bit today, but it's just meandering around. This is, toilet paper currency versus toilet paper currency. Take your pick on which one you want to wipe with. They're all kind of indifferent to me, so I prefer the metals. I've just been a metals guy for a long time. The 10-year was going up a little bit. Looks like 0.13%. I don't know why they have a red day on an up day on a daily candlestick. Looks like they've got some glitches in the 10-year treasury on trading view, but it's been bouncing sideways in this channel, going back and forth. We've got gold. Gold was up $8 today. I would say this isn't really a large day given how much inflation's getting, in the mix. I do think that at some point when this thing breaks, I think it'll break to the upside and we'll see a big move. I'm still a believer. And zooming in, we're going to zoom way in on this. Let's go to a 1 month. We're just dangling around this line here. We're going below it, above it, below it, above it. It's just right on it. Nice big pop here. Coming up 13:30 December 10th today. So a nice little move there. Silver, I like the pops here, guys. I like these pops coming up. We're still under this resistance line. Let's back out a little bit. Here's the 1 year. Coming down. We still have some downward momentum with this thing. We need to work this thing off, go sideways a little bit, and turn it around. This is what I'm looking at. This looks kind of like a snake here. It's got that kind of S-looking snake type deal going on. Hopefully we launch this thing into orbit. Platinum. Platinum's still looking good, and this is where I bought. I bought physical platinum. I know, I'm addicted to physical platinum. Sue me, guys. I mean, I just can't get enough of it. I'm sorry. But we're coming along here. We dip down here. I'm like, bye. I bought a little bit here. I bought another ounce right here. I'm probably going to buy again just because it's down here. I think we're squaring up a move to go on up. That's my take on it. And my... if you're listening to all these videos every single day, you can tell that my emotions fluctuate some as well, just by my delivery of some of these, videos. I do like seeing up days. I do get excited. Down days, I don't feel bad necessarily because I usually end up buying them, but I do feel bad that other people have to endure it because I want you guys to be successful. So I know that, if we're down and we think it was going to go up, that how that would impact your guys' emotions. And I want you guys to win. I don't want you to I want you to be successful. I want you to win at life. I want you to win at these investments. And I know that it impacts me even if these things are down a little bit, because I want you guys to be, how can I say it, confident in the picks. But this is platinum. I like platinum quite a bit down here. I'm going to be cost averaging in physical metals. That's where I'm getting it. Going into the companies themselves, this thing's been, massive pullback here for Karora Resources. I do think eventually when this thing breaks out of its pattern, it's going to be a massive move. When will it break out of its pattern? I don't know. I want it to be sooner than later. Looking at this from a monthly perspective, big up days, small down days all throughout. It's got the pattern there. It's got the buying pressure versus selling pressure. It's got that look that it wants to break at some point. We just have to break. I don't know when that's going to be. This is EXK, Endeavor Silver, getting a little bit of a sell-off here on the monthly candlesticks here. Let's dive in here a little bit earlier. We're still in this downtrend. And, I do like Endeavor Silver. I do think silver is going to do incredibly well. I just don't think our timing has been off, and I don't know why. Usually these things do pretty well in inflationary environments, and maybe we're just a little bit early. Maybe the people aren't convinced yet, the mass, and we're just waiting for them to, for someone, maybe they need Santa Claus to knock on their door and tell them that silver is going to go up before they'll believe it. I don't know. I don't know. But we need them to start believing that inflation's here to stay. And I'm sure they'll get the wake-up call. But you know what I'm going to say? More time to buy silver, more time to buy platinum, more time to buy physical metals. I'll take it. And I'm going to take advantage of it whenever I can. Downtrend line, it's still hugging and kissing this downtrend line for SILJ. GDXJ, looking at this from a little bit long-term perspective, this thing looks fantastic. The 1, 2, 3 configuration broke into the upside of this pattern. We got another kind of 1, 2, 3 developing. We still have to get this right-hand side to break to the upside there. So that's kind of where we're at. This is the 3 right here. And we can come all the way back down for a full kind of movement, and then a break higher could happen. And sometimes they chop sideways for a while. I have seen that. Metallic minerals struggling to get above its resistance line. It broke through it, was like, hey, I'm out here, and then it came back down. It was shot back down below the support line, resistance line. And that's metallic minerals. Koya silver trying to firm up here. This is quite a bit below its point. Sometimes the market gets us, even myself. What happens is it breaks below like this low here. It'll like sell me out there. It'll come down and then slingshot and fling back higher. Sometimes it flings you around like that. But yeah. Discovery silver. Hopefully it's discovering some silver. Looking on the right-hand side, let's go to a yearly chart. We're still just flopping around. We broke to the bottom side of this pattern here. Ever since, we've been flopping back and forth in a very large area. Let's go to AG, First Majestic, descending wedge, pattern broken to the upside, and now we're just coming back, flopping around like a fish on dry land. But, sometimes that needs to happen. Some people get scared out. And the big picture view here is when we break this thing to the upside, it's going to be like, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. It's going to be gone. It's going to look fantastic. Same with Newmont. Newmont's got an absolutely excellent long-term pattern from the 70s. This thing is massive. I just like looking at this pattern. And it's going to take some time for it to break to the upside. Be patient. Here's Yamana. Yamana Gold still in its pattern there. Back out a little bit. There it is. In this descending wedge. Still working its way out. This is Impact Silver. Big pattern, broken to the upside, coming back a little bit. It's a little confused Impact as it goes up and down, up and down, up and down, volatilely. And then we've got at support. This thing is hugging support. Watch a break for the downside here for Aftermath. It's been holding, but I'm getting less and less, more scared of it because it's just riding and grinding on the lower line, like it wants to break to the downside. Here is Sandstorm Gold. We're going to pop through these a little bit quicker here. Get through this, playing with its downside. This could break to the downside. I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing that either. But there it is. It's hanging out on the downside here of its support line for Sandstorm Gold. Franco-Nevada still inside the pattern. Here's the pattern there. Zoom it, shrink it. Come on, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? All right, there we go. There she is. Let's try to zoom this thing out. So we're coming up. Yeah, this is the thing that we could break to the upside here. Franco-Nevada, if we can get to a break to the upside, that would be a big old move. EMX is playing with its thing. I mean, this could come and break down here. I mean, obviously, I don't want it to. Let's just stick with the big picture view here. Moving up, and it's coming to the downside, and hopefully we don't break too much to the downside here. Tune Resources, it's got a little bit of a up week to this week. It's looking a little bit better, breaking hopefully above its. Hopefully it's holding on here. Wheaton Precious Metals got a big old pattern. We broke to the upside. It is still carving out, and hopefully we can break to the upside eventually. This one's Gold Royalty Corporation. I drew that in there. Still carving out. Got a little bit of selling pressure today. Hopefully we can stay above its resistance line. Metallo Minerals is starting to break down a little bit. There it is. Kind of breaking to the downside there. Mavericks Metals. You know what I'm going to do here, guys? I am going to X out of this. Open it back up because it is getting all funky on me. It's getting all funky on me. Trading view. Do a little reset here. Of course, I went to Koya Silver. Mavericks Metals. Can go back there. There it is, breaking to the downside with projected move to 371, which maybe it'll hit that. Royal Gold, kind of zooming out. We're in this little pattern up there. Go to the 5-year, and there we are. Inside the pattern still, so it still looks okay. And a Cisco Gold Royalties hanging on by a tooth floss. Yes, tooth floss. It's still going. It's hanging on to its support resistance line. Hopefully we can break and move on up when gold and silver start to take off. And guys, I'm still bullish on this sector. I've been bullish for a long time, though. So I got to admit it. I've been bullish a very long time. I've been waiting for this expansionary phase to come. I've been watching it since 2016, 2015, 2017, 18. I was buying silver heavily in 2018, just loading up like a madman, foaming at the mouth. I mean, it was ridiculous. Buying physical left and right. Then that transformed and transpired into silver and platinum buying. 2019, it was mainly platinum. Silver came back in 2020 with the medical event in 2020. And I bought a whole bunch of platinum, and I bought a little bit of silver. Guy on Craigslist had a couple 100 ounces of silver that he wanted to offload. And I said, how much? He said $17.75. I said, I'll take it all. Give it to me all. Come on, baby. It was all 1 ounce rounds, Liberty Freedom, SD bullion. And he had 400 total ounces. I gave 100 to one of my friends. He said he'd buy it, and I got some myself. So I like the physical quite a bit. I gotta admit, I like physical more than the stocks, just because I think it's a lower risk bet, and I do the swapping plays, and it seems to work out incredibly well with very low risk. I do own some mutual funds. I do own some individual stocks, obviously, and some royalty companies, and I've been holding on to those. I'm very hopeful that these things are going to kick off here at some point soon. The charts are on the big picture view all look very good. So I'm just waiting, guys. I'm waiting with everyone else. I'm in it. The market conditions are good. The inflation's there. Now it's just performance. We need them to kick into gear. If you guys like the analysis, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.